Welcome to Grow Your Business and Grow Your Wealth. Gary Helt is excited to bring you another powerful conversation to help you grow and protect your business and finances. Today's episode is hosted by a special guest, personally selected by Gary, so you can keep learning and moving forward even when Gary is off the mic. Settle in and enjoy today's insights.
Hello there, everybody. This is Sam Russell, the retirement and leverage consultant at Drass Insurance. Today, we have a special guest. We have CEO and founder of Taxes Made Easy in New Jersey. His name is Ralf Reinberg. He is here today to tell us why he loves what he does and how his tax approach may be different from what you've seen in the past. Hello there, Ralf.
How are you doing? Hey, Sam. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you.
Great to see you again.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll tell you a little bit about me, but let me tell you a little overview real quick. I can help business owners, W-2 owners, real estate investors. If you have capital gains, I am a tax advisor. So as an advisor, what I do is I like it so much because I get to help people reduce their taxes and create some income in the same time if that's what they want to do, or just get their taxes back. I deal with a lot of W-2 people, but I heard that business people I can help even more. So a lot of specialties. I specialize in doctors. So that's not the only thing I do. We do about 2,000 clients a year. And certainly, if I can save doctors money, it should be plenty good for you, whatever business you're in, from that standpoint of view. So let me share you a little bit about myself. Let me share my screen, if that's okay, with everybody. And I will tell you a little bit about me. I'm a certified tax advisor and enrolled agent. I have 40 years experience plus, actually. Like I said, we serve thousands of clients, not just in New Jersey, but nationwide, including Alaska and Hawaii. We help clients save millions of dollars annually. Sometimes that seems like it's a lot, but for certain doctors that make enough, it certainly isn't out of the realm to save $500,000 or $1 million. Doesn't really matter. So today I would like to share with you one strategy that works pretty easily for almost anybody that owes more than 35 or 40,000 in taxes. What we do is, it's called solar tax equity. Now, people, when I say that to them, they say, oh, what do they say? I don't want to put solar on my house. No, that's regular solar. This is solar tax equity. What it is that we buy, well, actually, we don't buy. The company we're accustomed to, that we work with, actually builds solar projects, and we help finance them through solar tax equity. And without getting into a lot of detail, what happens is that you actually get a tax credit from working with us, and you get a tax deduction. So depending on your income, this can be very, very, I'll give you a couple examples in a few minutes. How's that?
That's good.
Here are some of the tax codes, some of the things that we do: conduct due diligence, financial, legal, and tax. This is the company we're dealing with. They have about 120 million active projects, government subsidized industry. ROI, that's return on investment, is sometimes higher than 100 or 200%. You'll see that in a minute.
Guaranteed ROI.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. Yep, exactly. Which is pretty good. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. There is a process for this. one thing I wanted to point out for you is that we can actually get your refunds for the last 3 years of the taxes that you paid. And you'll find out why that's important in a few minutes. The rest of this is an example. Let's give an example. I do better looking at things, Sam. So
Yeah.
here's an example. Just to use round numbers, I used $100,000. This is what this particular person paid in taxes. Total, it was close to 300,000. I just rounded off the numbers. So they got 100,000 each year in taxes. And when they get this refund from the IRS, they pay it to the solar company. So what does that do? That gives you a down payment of $300,000 for the equipment. Now, what happens is these commercial companies, they actually lease the equipment from us. So what happens is that we are one of the few companies in the United States that gives a 50% tax solar credit instead of 30. And, you know, if you decide to work with us on a discovery call or something, I can get into more details. In this particular case, this person was in a 37% tax bracket. So the total project cost is $600,000. You double the amount you put in from your back taxes. You get a 50% credit. So that reduces your taxes by $300,000. And you'll get that money by asking for that money back from the 3 years before. Depreciation, not to make it complicated, but you'll get a $450,000 write-off. And if you're in a 37% tax bracket, you could be as low as 20% for some people. But the value of the credit and the savings is $466,000. Of course, the gross benefit is only $166,000. So $166,000, the $300,000 you had to give to solar, you still have a net of $166,000. The management fee is $18,000. That's to work. You subtract that from the 166 and you have a total tax benefit of 155. By the way, the management fee is tax deductible too. You also get income over a 5-year period. In this particular case, it's a net of $15,000. You're getting about $3,000 net income.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I like that.
yeah. So you take the income and the tax benefit, and you have $170,000 benefit.
How much income are they getting? That's 5-year total income off of the 155. How much could they expect to get in a 5-year period?
They're actually getting a tax break of $155,000. That can sometimes happen within the first year or over the 5 years, depending on how you want to take it. But you actually get cash of $15,000 net. It's, by the way, you get paid within 60 days, your first payment. Your net payment every month will be about $250 in this example. So at the end of the year, you have $3,000 times 5 years, you have $15,000 worth of income on top of the tax benefit. And there's other possible state refund. Depending on which state you're in, you'll get even a bigger tax benefit from the state, depending what state you're in. Some states don't have income tax, some do, some allow you to take the loss, some don't. So we would, of course, work with that. Now, at the end of 6 years, you basically sell the business and you have no recapture of depreciation or credits. So the net return on this particular one, where there's no state benefit, is $18,000 down and you clear 170. I mean, that's 9 times what you put in. It's pretty good investment. Matter of fact, I do it myself along other strategies, and we have thousands of other strategies if this one isn't good for you, but this one is definitely one to talk about. We have a minimum investment that isn't as much. 6,000 is the minimum to put down. You basically need $35,000 in taxes. You can always put up cash, by the way, if you can't. Don't have a lot of taxes before to meet the minimum here. But by the same token, you get the money back, whether it's from back years or you can go forward 22 years to get the credits from this one. This one only has a 600% return, so it's about $40,000. We have a tax opinion letter on this. Relative cases we've looked into, because we want to make sure it's IRS compliant and, of course, ethical, depending on your situation. The investment credit is broke down here. You can either go back 3 years or go forward 22. Of course, we always suggest you consult with a tax professional like me and maintain thorough documentation for every stage. We help you with that, just so you know. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks to do. So we're running, I like to say, out of runway this time of year, depending on when you listen to this. So the sooner you do it, the better. And you also start getting money monthly. And of course, there's ethical. Some people invest in this, not just for the tax savings, but it supports renewable energy, diversity, low risk. I'd like to use it to stock. When people on this call use stock money to invest, they usually invest their own money. Here, you're using the IRS money.
Right.
I love that.
I love that.
It's a great thing. And I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
If you want to get on a free discovery call, just call the office, 856-326-2838. We have a website, My Taxes Made Easy, and a Facebook.com Taxes Made Easy. Email is the same way, info@mytaxesmadeeasy.com. Any other questions, Sam?
It's compelling. There's a lot of moving pieces, yet it's simple. It makes me wonder what other things you have up your sleeve, what other strategies you have to offer. That one was very compelling. Kind of makes you wish you had extra 100,000 tax liability sometimes. So it's very interesting. I like it. And you're producing income. The ROI was like almost 10,000%. It might not work for everybody. It's not maybe necessarily for everybody, but I'm sure that for the right person, it's the best thing they could do. And
well, we do have strategies that don't cost a lot of money down. We've nurtured many relationships with lots of companies so we can do this with many people, just so you know. And like I said, use the government's money.
Do you have an example of a lower cost strategy?
Well, I do, but here's the problem. I won't even say this will work for for everybody.
Yeah.
It works for higher income people that have that. For the lower end, what we do in the discovery call is we try to figure out what strategies work out of the thousands we have. So there are definitely, the Augusta rule is one. If you're married, if you want to buy losses from other companies, you have almost the same thing. You can put up 10 grand and get a $70,000 deduction without going back. Those kind of things. But credits This is one that combines credit and income, which is a good way to start investing for some people, because in order to become wealthy, that's our goal, to help you become wealthy. You want 6 or 7 different streams of income, which we do have. So if that
Wonderful.
gives you some sort of example, but really the best way is to call and set up a free discovery call.
How do they do that again?
The best way to call is either 856-326-2838. And we'll set up a time. We have, if you want an email, we could send you an email to set up a calendar to talk to me or one of our tax professionals. We have CPAs, EAs. I forgot to tell you about EA. EA is an enrolled agent. We have enrolled agents, including me, that are licensed by the IRS in all 50 states. And we have CPAs. CPAs are good too. They help with these strategies with many clients. So.
Great. It's wonderful news.
Yep. Any other questions?
Well, it's clear. I wanted to ask you so you work with business owners only, or 95% of your book of business are business owners, and you work across all 50 states. What do you do in your free time? It sounds like you're really working around the clock here.
I enjoy doing this because it's so much easier to give somebody money that they've already paid. I mean, every year you owe the IRS a certain amount of money. You can either pay the IRS or go for some tax strategies to save money and make money. So that's part of it. By the way, we do W-2 employees only, but business owners we can do the best with. But W-2 employees, whether it's you and your wife only, or one of you has a business, that's what the discovery call is. We want to do a win-win situation where we all win.
Yeah. Sounds good, Ralph.
All right. Nice talking to you, Sam.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you again. Good luck, everybody. Have a great day or year.
Great day.